Yeah, and she will get himself killed by the end of this. I
I
know it.
think so. Yep.
Welcome to Wicked City. This is a Dungeons & Dragons game of heists and criminal politics where a group of petty thieves race to find the Vault of Dragons and its 1,000,000 gold coins. Our players are Schizofreak as Blinken the Gnome Ranger, Kirbitha as Huel the Halfling Bard, and Sean as Inchi the Goblin Wizard. The players named themselves the Half-Pints and befriended a ghost that was haunting the bar they recently came to own. After that, the crew plotted how to save the Artificer from the Doom Raiders and their Silkroot-dealing assassin, the Shadow Man. Huel got a vision of the future from his imp Raven of the Artificer falling to her death at the Moon Dance, while people sang, and Inchi discovered the Artificer works with the Xanathar Thieves Guild. Huel, you are disguised as the Artificer, and you are wandering around the dancing court. You notice that there are many bars open here tonight. You've walked around a few of them. There are clowns and bards from the Sea Maidens Fair. There are nobles, guildmasters, civilians, and teenagers. And as you rounded the corner, you noticed the Doom Raiders setting up their instruments, and Davos Starsong playing his lute to a bunch of teenagers, singing the song to them. He ended his song looking at you and giving you a wicked smile. You can go first, Hugh. What would you like to do?
I kind of just be like eyeballing like the. I guess I already did that last time. I guess kind of just do it again, like looking around at all like the different people. Like, I know Doom Raiders are suspicious, but looking around at like seeing the other people in the crowd, like alleyways and stuff like that.
Yeah, so looking around, you notice that there's this bridge here to the south. There's a staircase leading up to the high road to the north. There are also different alleyways that you can run along to the west. And then you notice that here in the northwest, there is a bar that has a second story that is an open deck. There are people sitting up there milling about and such. So it's a bar with a first level, and then a second level that's like an open deck, and people can drink outside there. You notice that that would be a really good vantage point. You could see over everything.
I see. Yeah, like I'm a dressed up as the Artificer. I'd just be milling about, maybe getting a drink just to kind of calm down.
Okay. You could head back to where your friends are, south of the map. You should be able to move your own tokens, but I'll do it for you. You have this little gold ring around you. That's your disguise self spell. So Blinken and Inchi, y'all are with the Artificer as Huel walks up. The Artificer is sitting on this little stoop right here, reading her notes. Blinken and Inchi, what would y'all like to be doing?
I guess Blinken will just kind of walk around and kind of observe the crowd, but at the same time, like looking around and seeing if there is, any commotion. Maybe make sure that he gets an eye on the whereabouts of the Shadow Man would be, like keeping a mental note of where he would be.
Okay, you're going to have to explore the map to try and find the Shadow Man.
And that's fine. I'm just saying that's what I'm going to do. Should I roll perception as well?
No, just move your token around. If you use the distance tool, this map is scaled to you. So from the center of your token, drag the distance tool like 30 feet, and that'll be the area that you're exploring.
I'll move about here, down the alleyway, and cruising around. Like I said, keeping an eye out, see if there's anything funny going on.
Okay, so looking around this area, the Tankard and Crow, it is a tavern that is open all night tonight for the Moon Dance. You can see that there are many patrons inside, and you can hear music from bards. Also, looking around this area, you can see that as the sun goes down, most of this area isn't well lit. It's this area right beside the bar that has a few torches and street lamps out. And then this area over here to the north, these tents that have the Sea Maidens Fair next to them. Can you see it on the map? The areas that are lit and unlit?
Yeah. I mean, I see like yellow light thing, and then there's dark shadowy.
Yeah, so the areas that are yellow, those are well lit.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll just try to move it.
I'll say that while we're not in combat, y'all can move double your movement speed.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you can go ahead and move another 30 feet, Lincoln. Sean, what would you like to be doing?
How much time do you says passes from our turns? How long do you think our turns is?
Like 6 to 10 seconds right now. I'm not really timing y'all. I'm not putting a rush on you. You have time to explore this. I just want it to feel like you're walking around and exploring rather than giving it to you all at once.
Then, also, the artificer is just staying right here for now.
The artificer is reading her book, and whenever you start walking, she'll start walking alongside you because you're kind of
See.
tasked with protecting her.
Gotcha. And she will walk all the way over here near the wise wizard. That's 60 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and drag him. And she would like to cast a silent image.
Oh, okay.
And I can cast that as at 60 feet as well. And she will cast an image of Rainier right over here.
Okay.
So and Rainier just kind of looks like he's vaguely trying to keep his identity secret, but obvious enough where if someone stared at him for longer than 2 seconds, they could see that as the face of Rainier Neverember.
Yeah, you made him look rough. Like he has his hair up in a ponytail and it's dirty and he's scruffy and he's like holding his chest like he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yep. He's just kind of favoring himself, but trying to keep kind of sort of to the shadows.
All right. I assume you can make that move around as you wish.
Yes, and also it lasts for 10 minutes. That is why I asked my previous question.
Okay. Well, in that case, then we'll say each turn is a minute. How about that?
Well, shit. Yeah, fair.
The artificer says, we should do our best to get a layout of the whole area. We have 1 hour before the moon dance starts, and I'm expected to be in the middle of the court.
Yeah, we'll eyeball the layout. You know the way.
She says, yes, it's actually up here next to the Jade Dancer. That's where the festivities will be.
Well, then by all means, lady, lead the way.
She says, I'm reading right now. You lead the way. And she goes back to looking at her journal. She looks like a pale blue elf woman. You can see that disguise self spell also disguises her hand that is normally in a leather glove. It just looks like blue, pale flesh right now. Hugh, you come out of the tankard and crow with a mead in your hand, drinking it, looking like the artificer. Someone says, hey, Da, how you doing?
I'd like bow because I'm take a second to realize I'm the artificer.
You
Like,
realize
it's going great.
yeah. What would you like to do for your turn?
Probably just milling about till
You
keep
hear
an eye on the
some,
Tomb Raiders. Hope they're over there.
Okay, yeah, you could head that way. You also hear some unique music coming from the Sea Maiden Sphere box. You can move your token about 60 feet. You'd be about where Blinken is. From where you are, you can see that there's this show going on from the Sea Maiden Sphere. One clown is doing a silly dance while also casting a magical spell of dancing lights around this human commoner who's looking at the lights amazed and having a great time. There's a jester bard in light makeup and silly face paint beside the clown playing a jaunty tune on the lute. And even though it's jaunty and silly, he's very skilled the way he's using each of his fingers to pluck away at the lute to play a nice melody and harmony at the same time.
Yeah, like his eyes would light up watching him play.
Would you say anything to them?
Yeah, I'll tip him a gold coin. Mighty good show, mighty good show.
He works in a little riff to what he's playing as he bows to slightly. Blinken, your turn.
Yeah, that doesn't seem interesting to Lincoln. As kind of and look around.
Okay. So heading over there, you notice that this area is particularly not well lit at all tonight. You notice there's a city watch right here in that full plate mail. You remember that you were asked by the Sea Maidens Fair to try and get them 3 sets of armor tonight, but you ignored that job. But also, Blinken, as you round the corner, you hear someone say, Mr. Plantfoot, Mr. Plantfoot. And you turn around and you see your guildmaster standing right here, talking to a noble in this shady corner.
Ah, yes. Hello.
Says, Mr. Plantfoot, where have you been? You have not come to do your inventory for 4 days.
Yeah, it's been a rough few days. I'll be back soon. It's just there was a lot of things going on. You know, can't really say it's a need-to-know basis, but I'll be back soon. Don't worry about it.
He says, Mr. Plantfoot, as your guildmaster, I do need to know. This kind of behavior is unacceptable.
I mean, I can't help it that I'm not going to say anything else. Just understand that this is just minor setback. I'll be there soon.
He looks at you and he looks a little bit disappointed, but he goes back to whispering with the noble. You can tell that they're kind of tense, whispering about something that bothers both of them.
I hope this conversation isn't about me.
No, they were having this conversation before they saw it. You could listen in on it if you'd like. Check out that city watch. You also hear the sound of a well-played lute coming to you from the north.
I'll just kind of lean back towards the Guildmaster, looking around, but kind of keep a close ear to.
DC 11.
Roll. It is a 13.
13? Okay. So you're barely able to hear it. You kind of duck around this bush right here. But you can hear your boss, the Guildmaster, saying, well, last time this happened, she was in a coma for nearly a decade. Human Noble says, surely they won't let it last that long this time. They have to have some sort of plan. And the Guildmaster says, no, this is good. This is good. We can finally consolidate the guilds. We can become powerhouses. With your investment, if Laywell Silverhand is truly in a coma, this city is about to become our playground. Lincoln, you would know that Laywell Silverhand is the open lord of Waterdeep, the ruler that has allowed Waterdeep to exist in peace for the last 25 years.
Okay.
She keeps to be safe from invasions. She keeps the economy running smoothly, and she keeps the nobles and the criminals under control.
Okay. So while listening to this, I'm just, again looking like I'm just minding my business while hearing this noise. Just obviously not really trying to give way.
Okay. You managed to do that successfully. And she, back to you and the artificer. What would you like to do?
Okay. And she's like mostly focusing on Rainier, trying to keep him looking organic, and he's going to move Rainier over here. And the illusion of Rainier that he had him in a hood, and Rainier's just going to put a hood down and just kind of ruffling with his hair as he looks out along the view right here, just to see what's going on.
So Rainier walks from the shadows here into this well-lit area between all these tents where the Sea Maiden's Fair is performing, and you can see across the courtyard. This is the court of the Dancing Moon. You can see that there are people milling about, and there are the Doom Raiders setting up their instruments. There is some kind of white-haired human woman standing in the center, and behind them is the massive 30-story ball, the Jade Dancer. So when Rainier steps out here and takes down his hood, about a second later, you hear Dabble Starsong mess up a note on his lute. He was in the middle of singing something, chokes on the words. He says, they got methods of keeping you clean, and he continues on. And as he coughs, the Doom Raiders look at him, and he motions over to Rainier Neverember, and they all take a look at him.
And she smirks as he notices the reaction. And he's going to keep Rainier looking oblivious and she walks up to the wise wizard right here. And she's like half glancing over at Rainier to see if someone tries to break his illusion. But he also like turns to his side. He's like switching glances between wise wizard and Rainier. Like, so, mister, I like the party.
He says, oh, I love the dancing court. I love the Moon Festival. It brings out the best magicians in the whole city. Everyone wants to show off, and I'm delighted in the spectacle.
Oh, yeah, a lot of card tricks tonight. I can probably find a few just here and there. Oh, you look, I got a club of sevens. Big whoop.
He says, oh, no, not mere card tricks. Tonight, my boy, you will see magic the likes you have not seen before. The ability to dance in the moonlight. Look at these clowns over here, these jesters, performing, using spells like Flame Strike and Firebolt in ways I have never seen. It is so beautiful. Ah, the illusionary arts. They are wondrous.
They're a bunch of show-offs if you ask me.
He says, oh, that is not even showing off. Would you like to see showing off?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Better be good, old man.
Just a second.
So you got stage fright, huh?
Just a fucking. You wait just a fucking second, little goblin. He opens up a book that you can feel arcane energy coming off of. You can almost feel it shift the wind with every turn of the page, and it hits you with its magical illusionary energy. You have never felt anything quite this powerful. And he takes this staff in his hand and he slaps it on the ground. A little spark projects out of the crystal on the top, and it goes up and up and up and up and up. What do you think about that, Imchi?
And she keeps his gaze on it, just watching it go up and up and up and up.
And eventually it explodes, and it becomes a big dragon, and it swoops down over the courtyard and does a loop around it. Blinken and Huel, you also see this. And Blinken, you're taken back to when you were a child, and dragons flew over the city almost every night. People ooh and ah and clap and scream in excitement. And the wizard looks at Rinshu smugly.
I think I've seen better.
That is an
Have you
8th
even-
level spell.
Have you even seen a dragon, mister?
He goes, I am friends with quite a few dragons.
I think you need to find some better friends. Try to find a human, huh? A goblin. Those make for good friends.
He goes, I have many friends of many races.
I
have been
doubt
partnered with the Growlhound family for many centuries. They used to know many dragons. Unfortunately, not as much existence of the city anymore.
So apparently dragons aren't that cool then, huh? Should have
Oh,
picked a better
and
spell.
he feels bad. Congratulations.
Alright, my turn can end whenever you want.
I believe it's Huel's turn.
After watching the bards play for a little bit, I'll make my way up to like the center here.
Right next to the illusionary Rainier.
Yeah, trying to act as much as like the artificer as I can. Not trying to lay low, but like
Actually, as you step out here, you pass by this Rainier Neverember that you know is an illusion from Unshu. And as you're standing here, this noble comes up to you and goes, Miss Artificer, I have a few questions about security in the city.
he'll take a second to respond and realize like he's being addressed and say, "Oh, it's time for the celebration and time for dance. It's not time for silly questions like that. Am I right?"
He says, but surely, my lady, you know with everything going on in the city, do you not have a minute to spare for a tax-paying noble like myself? Huel, you notice that this conversation has drawn the attention of the Doom Raiders, who all, again, kind of look at each other and then look at you and then pretend to not be looking at you.
In like flashbacks to the vision I had of the artificer last time and all the coins, and I'll start chatting with this guy about the security protocols and stuff.
So, yeah, you're bullshitting your way through this conversation, but you're thinking about that vision your little Inshu gave you. A vision of the artificer floating high in the air, how she would be basically an open target and so easy to kill. You'd get 150 gold coins for doing such a thing. You'd get in good with the Doom Raiders. You saw a vision of them slapping you on the back, being your friend, and that led you to the Vault of Dragons and its 1 million gold coins. You also had a vision of what would happen if you tried to save the artificer, and how hard it would be, and how from the top of where she's floating, she would fall. And as she was falling, you could hear screaming that sounded like singing. All right, Blinken, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move up a little bit. I'm not gonna like get too much into the light, so I'm gonna move probably right around here.
Okay. Are you trying to remain sneaky and out of sight of the Doom Raiders?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not in the light yet, so I'll let you do it without rolling. You can see that the Doom Raiders are setting up, all of them except for Davos Starsol. He's just playing his little loop to a couple of young ones that are gathered around singing along with him. Ishtradhorn is setting up some kind of piano contraption. Zaraj the Hunter is setting up with drums and cymbals. And Spinal Weirdbottle is setting up 2 lutes and also a table that has various potions and powders sitting on it.
Okay. I'm just gonna like observe for now, and then, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep an eye out for try to see if the Shadow Man will make his presence known. You know.
Okay. As you're watching, you remember back on your day with Schemo Weirdbottle cleaning the Doom Raiders' wallet. You remember that he said he doesn't play with the band anymore, that they're a bunch of sellouts. And even though they're his family, he won't play with them. It seems like something has changed, and you wonder what it is. You keep an eye out. All right, so about after a minute, you see the door to the Jade Dancer open, and out steps the Shadow Man. You know that the Shadow Man is someone using disguised self. You know that underneath that disguised self, you have felt a half-orc, because disguised self cannot change how you feel. They step out, and they look a little bit nervous. They have their shoulders hunched over, and they walk kind of awkwardly, and they step down the stairs, and they go over to Zuraj the Hunter, and you see Zuraj hand them something wrapped in a blanket, something big and large, or something narrow and long, that's about the size of the Shadow Man. Blinken, do you do anything else?
No, not right now. I'm just gonna be observing. I don't want to draw attention because the idea of drawing attention basically during rehearsal is stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to sit here and mind my business and just note that something is being exchanged. And obviously keep looking around too, because I don't know where the others are. So I'm just kind of, making sure nothing goes crazy.
Mhm. I'll say that we can use like slight meta knowledge. You know what your friends look like and you know how they behave, so you can spot them in a crowd.
What I'm doing is, if something happens that causes a conflict, I want to make sure, Blinken is paying attention, right?
Forgot what I was going to say, but we're going to go back over to Schema. Schema, you're continuing to berate this wise wizard who was here to help you learn about illusionary arts. What are you saying to him now?
What'd you call me, Schemo?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Inchi, my bad.
They all look alike. No, I'm kidding.
No, originally I had Schemo as a gobbler too, because I thought
Gotcha.
that'd be fun. But in the book, he's a deep gnome, and I kept him as that.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
frankly, Inchi is glad that he sees the weakness in the wizard, like proving a superiority over him. And
Did you want me to make it attack all of us here to prove my might?
if it would look more like an actual dragon, yes. Otherwise, he's just flying around all willy-nilly.
It would feel like real acid damage.
Well, I barely felt the wind, sir.
Closes his magic book and he shoves it in his bag, and he turns around and only looks at the Sea Maiden's fair and stops engaging with you.
Good, because and she's gonna nudge the artificer, saying, "Get your nose out of the book. You're gonna trip on these stairs." And he's gonna walk up these stairs over here.
All right, what do you want to do over here?
Well, he's also gonna snuff his nose at the drow security over here,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like just slight intimidation, like, "Hey, what you gonna do?" But not like an actual interaction. Otherwise, he's going to move his Rainier illusion over. I think he's going to move it closer to this way, and the Rainier is going to look like he's looking over at the band, trying to see their setup.
Okay, do you just have him acting all curious?
A little curious, but he's going to put his hood back up, so it's not just like overtly obvious that it's a Rainier.
Okay, so they all know it. They're all keeping an eye on him. Ishrid Horn looks at him the most closely. You snuff your nose at that security guard, and he snuffs his nose right back at you. And the artificer climbs up the stairs and says, "I got it. They're doing a candy trail. Okay, we all need to get together. Drinks will be on me. Just a moment, Inchi." And she walks over to the drow security guard, and you can hear her say, "I don't recall processing any private security requests for the Southern Ward tonight. The Sea Maiden's Fae is only allowed to work in the Docks Ward at night. We have to keep you under control after what happened last year." And you can see the drow security guard keep his right hand around some object on his belt, but within his left hand, he reaches into a pouch, pulls out a small pouch of gold, and puts it in the artificer's hand. It contains 10 gold coins, and the artificer says, "Thank you for doing the proper paperwork and paying the fee." And she walks back over to you, and she says, "Drinks are on me. Come on." And she walks into the Fool's Candle.
Even though the artificer has already walked away from me, I'm kind of like exchanging glances from the artificer to the drow and back at her. It's like, wait, where's my gold? Hey, and chasing after.
Yeah, the drow looks at you like this is nothing out of the ordinary. All right, Kuel, the artificer would have whistled at you, and you could see this pale blue elf that you know is the artificer walk into this bar nearby. Blinken, you would have seen the same thing. Kuel, what would you like to do?
I'll go over to the artificer if she's flagging me over.
Okay, Blinken, how about you?
Yeah, I'll blink back and go towards the bar.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you want to take the long way around?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to.
She also says to bring the Rainier illusion inside here and then dismiss it.
Oh, good. That's actually going to be my next move.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not going to be dismissed until he's like very out of sight from the band.
Yes, of course. And I'm going to put him on my Game Master layer, so if you ever want to bring him back, you can. Just track your spell slots as you cast that and uncast it.
Currently am.
Thank you very much, Mom. Okay, so she gets you all a round of mead. Not the best mead, not the worst mead. Good work beer. And she says, "Okay, I have a few questions for you. So y'all told her that you had interacted with the Shadow Man before and bought sulfur powder off of them. Did y'all tell her about burning down the warehouse?"
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either. Y'all did tell her that you think the Shadow Man has a connection to the Duelikers.
Yeah.
So the only crime you've confessed to is getting the silvery power. You said that the Shadow Man came and approached you about killing her. She
To
says
be clear, to be
Uh-huh.
clear, Inshi's first and only interaction with her before this point was at the Thieves Guild, correct? Because I missed that
Yeah.
session before, I believe. Okay.
Yes, that was for everybody else. Okay, so she is looking over these notes of y'all's interactions with the Shadow Man, and she says, "Now, how have you ever seen the Shadow Man and the Doom Raiders in the same location before? And if so, which members of the Doom Raiders was it?"
Lincoln will speak up and say that I've seen pretty sure an interaction just now while they're rehearsing. Does that count?
He says, "No, tonight they're tricking us. Before tonight, before they knew we were on to them, had you ever seen them in the same spot?"
No, but I think using the same arrows as one of them because I did buy wood from my guild. That's what I'm assuming, though.
Yes. She says, "Looking back over what you told me earlier today, you have seen some of them in the same spot. Day that y'all met him when you bought all the silk powder from him, you went into the Doom Raiders bar, the beer garden, and you saw playing on stage Davil Starsong and Istrid Horn. Schemo Weirdbottle was at the bar, and Savage was nowhere to be seen. She came in later. What I believe is happening is they're drawing you in, and maybe even other people in, with simple jobs. Transfer this from our warehouse to our bar. Take this from one bar to another. Go deposit this at the bank for us. And then the Shadow Man approaches and asks you to do something dangerous, like buy silkweed powder or offer a city watch officer. The Doom Raiders have complete deniability here. They can just pretend to be the Shadow Man and ask you to do dangerous things for them. And legally, they've never touched it. Does that make sense?"
Yeah, I could see that.
Decentralized, organized crime, full deniability. We are probably not the last people they will try this in. They'll reset it and start again. When they got wind I was looking for them, that's when they started this plot to kill me. So they're probably going to use this identity tonight and then discard it. And I believe whoever they have there tonight, probably a Patson. Look at them, all on stage where everyone can see them. Full deniability. If we can find this shadow, I'm sure it will be someone who has absolutely no idea what's going on. But we need to confirm this theory first. What did you see this Shadow Man doing?
Well, I didn't see him per se, but I have a feeling he's using some sort of spell to disguise it. He had the same size and demeanor as the Shadow Man. They were trading something, but I don't know what.
He had the same size, but he did not have the same demeanor. He was nervous, and his posture was awkward.
Okay. Well, I mean, he had the same size regardless. I didn't know what they're doing. They were, trading something that's pretty big. Like, I didn't want to press on and be like, hey, what's that? And
Well, we should find out what that was. We have about 50 minutes before the moon dance starts.
right. So, I mean, I could tell you that Saraj, she handed him the packet, right?
Yes.
I'll say that there was a big guy. You can't miss him. I'm not sure if he's still there, but he was right next to Raj. Probably better if you got a disguise. Figure out maybe what that package is. I don't know because I mean I don't want to bring my. I'm kind of like I have a short stature.
Yeah, and you've met all of them before.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty short too. I don't know what I can do to help you, man.
You don't have disguise self?
I don't know what I can do to help you, man.
Okay. As y'all sit in this bar for a while, you can see out the windows the Shadow Man moves from the Jade Dancer over to this other bar. And you see him eventually come out and sit at one of these tables at this bar to the north, the Broken Paths.
Well, that's where he went.
She says, "I will go around now. This cover has not been blown for me." And she gets up to start walking out of the Fool's Gamble. Does anybody go with her?
Miss Artificer, do you feel safe right now?
She says, "I feel exhilarated. If I could close this case before the moon bets, I'll feel better than I have in years."
I'm going to take that as a yes. All right. Mr. Blinken, I lied to you. I can change my face. Just go over your plan and watch the Artificer for me and keep her safe, please.
Okay.
Y'all also have like these potions of invisibility, disguise kits.
Yeah, I was going to use a potion of invisibility. Like once we get close, I don't know how long that lasts. Was it 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
I'll just probably pop it right when we get close to it, like in a side alley where no one is, hopefully, and then just give the potion of follower.
Okay, we'll take you outside and y'all will move where you want to go.
Okay.
So don't swig it quite yet if you want to save it for the last minute.
Yeah.
Y'all can exit the Fool's Candle through these tents at the south here, so you don't have to step right in front of the Doom Raiders.
Okay.
Everybody's outside now. How do y'all want to go about this? Y'all can go, of course, to the west. You'd have to go through the Sea Maidens Fair performers and up this wall right here, or you could go around completely.
I'll probably I'll go towards the wall and try to like climb over the wall. I just don't want to bring attention to the Doom Raider. The whole point.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're going down the stairs here into this area. They're kind of blocked from their line of sight. Roll an acrobatics check to get up this, or an athletics check to pull yourself up this wall smoothly.
So it'll be a total of 16.
16. Okay, so you're able to get up there. A city watch officer is up there, but he doesn't say anything to you. He just observes you. The artificer follows behind you, making the same.
And she would like to offer, like the hands cupped, like a hike up for her.
Okay, yes. I'll let her roll again because she got a 3. So you gave her advantage. Oh shit, she got a 5. So she does not crawl up the wall smoothly. She has to like really like pull herself up using her shoulders and her elbows. And she grimaces in pain when she does that. But she pulls
And
herself up.
I also think she's like pushing down on my hands pretty hard as I'm cupping them to try to help her. I'm like, oh, lady, get up there.
You're giving her like maybe a foot of damage.
Yeah, foot to foot.
And she and Q roll athletics to be able to ball, if that's the way that you want to give it.
11.
All right. You're able to
Athletics?
scramble. Yeah, athletics. You're able to scramble up the wall, and your little toes scrape into the wall as you climb up. But again, the city watch says nothing to you. You're not breaking any rules by being alone.
And she's like huffing, he had his breath, and it's like, that's how you do it, ma'am.
She's gripping her right shoulder very hard, not really paying attention to what you're saying. Gil, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15. I don't know why the Beyond D&D is not working.
Okay. You're able to climb up as well. It's a little bit awkward. Your hands and arms look and feel longer to you. All right. You're all able to be here beside the broken axe. The Shadow Man is on the second level. You are outside the first level. Would you like to go in there, walk up the stairs, pay attention to him from outside, climb up the walls? What would you like to do?
For me, once everybody goes in, last minute, I'm gonna.
Okay. So Blinken, you're going to go visible.
Yep.
All right. Does anybody else do anything before you enter the broken axe?
The stairs to get. Shadow Man is on the second floor of the Broken Axe, right?
Yep.
Where's the stairs? Inside or outside the building?
Inside.
Got it. Okay, well then Enchi will just walk into the building whenever Heal is ready.
He'll do walk into the building through the stairs.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Everybody walks up the stairs to the second floor. Okay. Blinken's the only one who's invisible. Huel is disguised as the artificer. The artificer looks like an elf. Y'all all come out into this patio, and you see that the Shadow Man is looking down over the crowd. He has that big package laying on the wooden table. He's like sitting as close to the rail as possible, overlooking it, and that package is kind of on the edge of the table. He has not noticed you and is not looking around, and he's not drinking. What would you like to do?
Enchi is like peeking over the edge of the balcony over here,
Okay.
and he would like to cast Silent Image again, and it will have Rainier walking around this sign into the Shadow Man's line of sight over here. And Rainier just looks like he's looking back over the Doom Raiders again.
Okay. You cast this, and you have Rainier walking around where, right into the line of sight of the Doom Raiders and the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man just kind of aimlessly looks at Rainier and then looks away, as if he's never seen him before. The Doom Raiders, again, all take notice of Rainier, look in his direction, and then go back to setting up their instruments.
Okay. Not being able to see Blinken, he tugs on Heel's sleeve frantically. Heel.
Huel's like, he responds, he's like, I'm not Huel, I'm the artificer. He's like, what is it?
Oh, I'm not. The Shadow Man doesn't want Rainier? He didn't even recognize him.
Yes.
Look.
And Inchi tells you what he saw. The Shadow Man seemed to have never seen Rainier never before.
I don't think this is the Shadow Man.
Somebody posing as the Shadow Man? Who would do something like that? Me posing as the Artificer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little strange.
The Artificer says, the way disguised self works, you've seen a person before, you can transform into them. Or even if you've seen a picture or a drawing of them before, you can turn into them. So different people can turn into the same looking person. It's a trick used all the time by criminals in the city.
Lady, I know how the spell works. I'm saying, who is that man?
I don't know. Let's grab them and figure it out.
Hey, Mr. Blinky, you still around?
I flick him in the ear.
Who did that? Oh, I get it. Blinken, there's a little package beside him. You want to grab it?
And then you hear footsteps walking towards the package.
Roll sleight of hand with advantage.
17 total.
Okay. You are able to successfully grab this big package. It is twice your size. You are able to grab it and walk away with it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk back towards the group, and kind of hoping somebody will grab this because I'm very noticeable. So handing it over to someone.
You bring it over around the corner here where y'all are. The map kind of ends here, but like the patio goes all the way around.
Yeah.
And so you unwrap it, and there are three things in there. There's a quiver with arrows as thick as saplings. There's a strong longbow, and there's a copy of the Doom Raiders book, The Broken, The Beaten, and The Beaten. The book, as you know, is the Doom Raiders biography, and it also has their history and their lyrics in it as well. You open it up, and there's some writing on the first page.
Probably look at the writing. I already know. I would assume the bow and arrow was probably what I recognize, anyways.
Yeah, the bow of Zarach the Hunter.
Yeah.
The writing of the book, and everyone is around and can see this. It says, "To our biggest fan, S.B. McGee, thank you for all you do, Ishtred." And you would recognize that as the initials for Sad Boy McGee.
Yeah.
And the Artificer says, "Who is this S. McGee?"
I would say I believe that's the initial contact from Yawning Portal.
Yeah, a big fan of the Doom Raiders. He used to work for Thieves Guild. Now he works for the Doom Raiders.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, of course, they're everywhere. Wonderful." And she says, "Well, we could grab him and dispel the magic on him, find out who it really is under there. Or if you can guess it who it is, we could go and interrogate him now."
I don't remember. Was Sad Boy? He wasn't like a half-orc.
He was a nervous little human who wanted to get away from a life of crime.
He was number 3, Blinken.
Yeah, number 3. Yeah, the one that I gave him inspiration. Yeah. So, I mean, could dispel, but when I look around, is there a lot of people around, or is it just him in this balcony?
There's this one human that's also standing out on the balcony, on the railing, looking at everything, drinking a cup of mead.
Blinken, Huel, if you want to grab him, I'll distract that little human over there.
Yeah.
That could work. But tell him to look over there at the Doom Raiders, and then we'll sneak up.
Yeah, sure, I'll do something like that.
All right, so Inchi, you would be going first. What would you like to do?
And she walks up to this human right here, nudges him in the arm. It says, hey, Humie, look over there. You see that old man in the hat down there?
Yes, it looks like some sort of wizard.
Well, did you know this wizard has a dragon?
He says, "Oh, really? Is he the wizard that casted it earlier? Did you see how he did it? Please tell me how he did it." And you are distracting them. Blinken and Huel, how would y'all like to grab the Shadow Man? Again, he's just sitting at a table, kind of nervously, with bad posture, looking out at the Doom Raiders.
I'll try to walk up and be more discreet about it. Like, I have a few daggers on my character, obviously, but I'd walk out and just grab him by like the one arm. I imagine it. Blinken will grab him by the other arm.
Yeah, I guess that would be the best approach. I'll walk up and like something like once get in position, I'll be like, Oh man, remind me of that one guy. I think his name was Sad Boy.
And then you grab him.
Yeah.
Do you cover its mouth or?
I will go cover his mouth while hopefully Huel will, try to
Okay.
restrain him and stuff.
Okay. I will let y'all make a grapple check. I will let one of you make a grapple check with advantage because you're doing it together.
Oh,
So whoever,
Strength.
I would recommend whoever has the highest strength make the roll.
yeah, I
Oh,
don't have,
definitely you then, Blinken. I was gonna say
I have a
minus one.
okay, I have a 0. Let's go.
It's
Have
better than minus one, dude.
I rolled an 11.
an 11. All right. He gets to oppose that. Ooh, fuck. So
Oh,
with a
could-
12,
Did I bardically inspire him? I know it's kind of after the roll.
I will say you did it before.
And what
How
is
do you
that?
inspire him?
I'd have been like humming up the tune with the Doom Raiders are playing. Like I'll see myself like start humming, and he
Okay.
gets
D6 or
I think he might have won up. Hold on, I'm just gonna double check. So 1d8.
8. All right, let me roll it here.
Is that the Doom Raiders theme that they're playing, Mike?
Yeah, they're playing their hit song "Dumplings."
Ah.
Fucking goddamn it!
Jesus.
I told you I hate this fucking system.
You should have just rolled it with your real dice.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and 11. I'll still meet it, right? It's 12 and 12.
I'll say since it's a tie and it's two of you, you're able to overpower him just barely and drag him off. And as y'all like drag him behind this guy, this human that Inshi's talking to, he looks back quickly, but you've already taken the Shadow Man away, and he goes back to listening to Inshi.
Oh yeah, I mean, as soon as the human looks away, Itchy says, "No, wait! You got to look at this wrist motion that he did," and she's like doing this like very fragrant, very flamboyant hand motions, trying to replicate what the wizard was trying to do.
Okay. And he says, "Do you think he would do it again if I went and asked him?"
Oh yeah. You should go ask him right now. He loves that dragon.
Roll a persuasion check, Inshu, with advantage. Yeah, like Schizo, you're fucking like roll 20 is cursed, I swear.
yeah, I know.
Well, I got a nat 20.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
All right, so he runs off around the bar and he goes down the stairs and he is gone off of this balcony. Y'all have it all alone with the Shadow Man now. Blinken and Huel, y'all are holding him down. Y'all are like pulled back here so people can't really see what you're doing. The Shadow Man is struggling against you. Y'all are struggling to hold him down. So every round he'll make a strength check to try to get out. Like y'all have him held down. What do y'all say to him?
I'll look at him while covering his mouth a bit. Nod your head and understand me.
He nods his head.
If you play nice, I will at least let go of your mouth. But if you scream, I will smack the living hell out of you. Understand me? And nod if you do.
He nods again. Huel, the artificer nudges you in your side and motions at you to take off the little glove that you have that looks like her glove.
Oh yeah, I definitely would like Herb told me that. Takes off the glove.
You take off the glove. You notice that you have to like unzip it from the cuff and take it off. But underneath, there's a metal hand made with various types of gears and copper pipes, some big, some small. And you can see that in the knuckles, there are 3 magic gems. And she makes a little like finger gun motion or a finger hand crossbow motion and like says to point it at the Shadow Man.
Oh yeah, like point the arm and like
All right. Make
The
an
crossbow
intimidation
part.
check with advantage. Goddamn.
better start talking.
So he does not know what he's looking at, but he knows he should be afraid of it. Huel, you don't even know what the artificer could do with this posture that or with this hand gesture that you're making, but you're kind of afraid of it. And he nods his head slowly, his eyes big and wide. You can tell he's not going to resist this at all.
I slowly remove my hand from his mouth. Like, now, are you sad boy?
He looks from you over to Huel as the artificer, to the blue elf artificer, and to Inshu. And he looks back at you, Lincoln, and he looks really scared, and he looks really sad. And he again nods his head up and down.
Okay, and I look at the party and be like, the sad boy. I thought, and I look back at him. Why you don't look like this size? Why did you grow?
Yeah, Come on, Gunnar, drop the old disguise. We don't see you.
Jesus. All right, so he still looks like Shadow Man, but since you know who he is now, the token looks like Sad Boy McGee. Okay, and he again looks from you, Blinken, to the Artificer, and he looks at you and says, in this imitation of an orc's voice, he says, I can't talk to any city watchman. I can't go back in.
Well, why do you have those the bow and arrow thing? Did you do something with that? Did you planning on doing something with that?
He says, again, just to you, Blinken, he says, look, man, I'm just making some extra coins. I'm doing security for the Doom Raiders. They told me they would disguise me as someone else. You know, they have stalkers. They have crazy people that follow them around. They need people like me to watch out for them. People like her. And he points over to Hugh, looking like the Artificer. They asked me to do this. This is all above board, man. Why are you tackling me with someone from City Watch?
Boy, do you even know who you are disguised as?
Can I roll insight when he was saying that by the way?
Yes, we can. Do it with advantage, since you
Okay.
kind of know this guy.
Followed by crazy people. Who's the crazy people here? Like I'm holding my crazy weapon over him.
It'll be 18 total.
18 total. You could tell that you have intimidated him. He is scared enough that he is telling the truth.
Okay.
And he says, I don't know. Mistress did this for me. She looked through some kind of book and picked someone that looked intimidating.
All right.
And the Artificer, disguised as a blue elf woman, says, Mr. McGee, have they asked you to ever dress up like this before? Or have you seen them ask anybody else to adopt this disguise before? And he says, no, I haven't.
And she wants to just lean over the balcony while they're intimidating him and just like look over the crowd. His own like personal perception.
Okay, go ahead and roll that perception. God
21.
dang. I think you are taking all of like Blinken's good rolls. This is
Yeah, I think so. I'm not complaining. I'm not
Yeah.
complaining.
All right, and so you see a lot. You see up here to the north, stepping out of a higher coach, Milton and Lord Growlton, that noble lord that Milhor replaced with a what's that thing called? An intellect devourer. You see two women also step out of a higher coach. You see some noble guards, and you see some common thugs step out working this security. Looking across, you can see the Doom Raiders finish setting up their instruments, and they all step into the Jade Dancer. Dabble takes his time saying goodbye to his fans, says something to this white-haired woman standing in the circle, kneeling on her knees, and he also walks into the Jade Dancer. And then you can see that these younglings start frolicking on the court. They start running around, just playing tag with each other. And you can see that over here, a group of nobles and a guild master are talking to each other. And your little illusion Rainier is just hanging out here by the tree.
No further attention has been brought to Rainier.
You know, you saw the Doom Raiders all look his way individually as they walked into the Jade Dancer.
Right. Okay. And she is just leaning over, looking at the crowd silently while the rest of his guys are intimidating Sad Boy.
Would you like your Rainier Neverender to do anything?
So yeah, sure. I'll just bring Rainier a little bit further into the spotlight, about right here. And she's trying to keep that like balance of no one else trying to get drawn attention to him, but folks that are trying to look for him, can see him. So, and she's Rainier is still like kind of close to these crates. Is still scanning the crowd. That's it.
All right, back to everybody else. Does anybody else have questions for Saturday McGee?
I would ask him like, "You here to kill someone, or like, what are you doing here?"
He says, maybe, if I needed to. I never pulled a bill that big, but I'm sure I could do it if I had to. And like looking at him, you don't think you could pull a bow that big. The strength it would require to pull something that big and large.
I just squint at him, just analyzing for now.
The Artificer says, how much gold did they promise you to do this tonight? And Sad Boy says, they actually are paying me really well for this. I got a promotion. I'm getting that 20 gold pieces, plus benefits.
Yeah, well, I mean, what you're doing is kind of dangerous.
Everybody roll an insight check on him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, even with Inchy just listening over your shoulder, I got a 16.
Nice. Oh, shit.
Oh,
everybody, including the Artificer, noticed that when he said benefits, he said it kind of slyly, like he meant something wicked.
So, what sort of?
He says,
And she's glancing over his shoulder back at Sad Boy.
he says, again, man, not in front of the City Watch.
All right. He doesn't want to talk in front of the City Watch, right? So we want to escort him somewhere that doesn't have City Watch.
Oh, no, he's talking about Huel, who looks like
Yeah.
Oh, right. I
Oh,
forgot you're the
artificer.
artificer. Right. Okay, so I'll say that. Yeah, go ahead and move.
And she waves Huel over.
Yeah, I go over and start bugging him.
Okay. Huel, when we get over there, you notice the same thing he noticed. All those nobles gathering in the north. The Doom Raiders are not in the courtyard anymore.
The only thing Enchi really says to him is that the Doom Raiders did go into that building.
All right, Blinken, you're up here with just the Artificer on the Sad Boy. But the Artificer is in disguise.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, man, you know what benefits means. You know, they gave me a little bit of that good stuff.
You're talking about the good, huh? The silk.
Yeah, they're big names, you know. They know where to get the really pure stuff at. It was really nice of them. They gave me a lot of it.
They really give you a bunch, huh?
He says, yeah. And he holds out a pouch that looks like it would weigh half an ounce.
That is a lot. Are you sure it's pure?
That's a suspiciously large amount.
Basically, what it sounds like to me, anyway, is that they were hoping that you get caught and killed.
Right on the money, looking. And he
That's
goes, no.
Well, think about it, buddy. Look, I don't want to burst your bubble. They gave you a bunch of stuff, and so that you're the distraction. You know, this is a bad thing. This is a moon dance festival, right? So, I mean, sure, it's important, but why would they give you a bunch of things for a security job? I know that it's enticing, but given a bunch of stuff, I think something was going to happen. You're lucky that we saw it.
He goes, man, you don't know what the Doom Raiders are. They're giving me my first good steady job ever. He doesn't believe it, but you can make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'll say, trust me. I've seen my share with the Doom Raiders.
Blinken being in the city for a while, you do hear stories of people that get used as patsies for small time criminals. You know, it happens even in your guild. You know, there's a whole fraud department. People like you get taken advantage of sometimes and don't even know it.
All right, so I rolled 19. 14 plus 5. Hell yeah.
Damn, dude, that's really good. He says, no, but he hears the wisdom in your words, and it takes a couple minutes, but you're able to bring him around and convince him that, you know, this is not what he wanted to do. And he says, what should I do then?
Well, first things first. Why did they give you this packet? The bow and arrow, specifically.
This is so that I could look intimidating and strong. The artificer says, they planted him to look like the person with the weapon we were looking for and all this silver powder. He was clearly set up to take the fall for the whole operation. And like I said, they'll just reform it tomorrow. Use some different disguise, recruit some new people, and stop dragging them in. They have new people coming into their bars every day. Their agents could be endless. You, Mr. McGee, need to run long. He says, can I keep the longbow? She says, no. Can I keep my book? She says, no. He goes, oh man. Blinken, do you say anything to him as he starts walking away?
I'll say, be careful next time. So obviously don't trust the Doom Raiders. I mean, you almost got killed there.
Blinken, you're looking at him and he already looks pretty sad. But then the reality of the situation sets in. You know, he tried to do something honest and he just got dragged back in. And his willingness to look like the Shadow Man goes away. And the spell around him ends. And he just looks like Sad Boy McGee with a very sad face. And he slumps his shoulders and he walks off down into the broken axe and he leaves the dancing court. So he is gone. Y'all have this book that has all of the Doom Raiders history and lyrics in it. And you also have this massive longbow. And you're all on the balcony together.
All right. So I guess I'll, basically tell the people here, the party, once we gathered around us.
She's pacing back and forth and she says, he was just here to take the fall. He clearly didn't have anything in him to use that bow. So if they're still going to try to make a move on me, the artificer, and she points over at you, they'll still do it. But how? Where? With who?
And she is crisscross applesauce on the floor looking at the longbow in his hands, just eyeballing it, seeing if there's anything up with it. Well, it's clearly not going to be with this bow, right?
No, she says, we have 30 minutes until the moon dance starts. If we can't figure it out, I can just continue. I can go, or Hugh can go into the moon dance and float all the way to the top and be used as bait. And we can try our best to protect him from whatever that plan is. But if we want to figure it out, we probably need to go to the Jade Dancer and see what the Doom Raiders are talking about. And again, that is just her suggestion. You don't have to do that.
How long am I supposed to protect you tonight, lady? Just, what'd you say, 30 minutes?
Yeah, she says, in 30 minutes, the moon dance will stop. That druid over there is a moon druid. When the moon is high and large in the sky, she will use her connection with it to make a 60-foot sphere appear in this courtyard. In that sphere, gravity will have no effect on the willing creature that enters it. You can float all the way to the very top. You can be completely weightless, fly and fall as you wish. And Huel, when she says fall, you remember that vision of the artificer falling and falling. She says, that starts in 30 minutes. If we can't figure out what's going on before then, we'll just have to go in blind. If we can catch them doing something, we can catch them in the act. We could throw them all in jail.
Well,
Lincoln says that he has an invisibility potion and that he can follow the Doom Raiders into the bar they're at and hear what they're saying. She says that's a possibility.
I can follow you, Blinken. I can make myself invisible, too. And, we can tackle this, together.
guess that's be good enough. Guess the potion wouldn't last long anyways. Okay, I think that's the plan.
Right. Huel, I'm counting on you to keep Mrs. Artificer safe.
You can count on me. No worries.
Like I said, you're a good man. And she kind of like pats his stomach.
All right,
All
who's going over to the Jade Dancer?
And she will.
Yeah, and Lincoln will as well.
All right. So, Blinken, did you already want to have that invisibility potion popped, or do you want to wait till you enter the Jade Dancer?
I would probably wait till I get closer to the Jade Dancer,
All right. Inchi, do you do anything to disguise yourself, or are you just walking?
Invisibility lasts for an hour, so he's just going to go ahead and cast it.
All right.
That would dispel the silent image of Rainier.
Yeah, Blinken, I'm sorry, man. Your potion of invisibility would last for 1 hour.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
And it would only end if you attack or cast a spell. It specifically says anything you wear or carry is invisible with you.
Oh.
So I'll say you can still be invisible from when you stole the bow and arrow and the book.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I thought like if I touch something.
That's how it works in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh.
But it doesn't. So that's why I thought it too. All right. So both of you are invisible boys. Y'all are both invisible. As you walk along, Inchi, you hear some people talking, and you hear them go, "That's Amala Castellanter and Lady Growlroom." And you would recognize Amala Castellanter as one of the nobles that has been poking around your family land. She's up here, right here, about 40 feet away from you. You also see up there Milton and Lord Growlroom.
Was that Destry's mother?
His aunt.
Aunt.
Yeah, Destry is the third-born son of a third-born son. This is like the head of the family.
I don't know why Inchi would know that, so Inchi's just going to keep walking to that Jade Dancer.
Y'all continue walking along. You walk through this courtyard. These children are playing tag with each other, scaring the pigeons that are out here, making them take flight. This white-haired human woman is kneeling in the center of the circle, and she appears to be chanting and whispering something to herself. Both of you can feel magical energy. You continue on to the Jade Dancer, and the Jade Dancer is famous for one thing. It's a statue made entirely of jade that dances all around the ball, and especially on nights like this with the moon dance, she really goes at it. So you walk in and you see the dance floor is clear, as there's just this giant, or not this giant, this human-sized jade statuette jumping and leaping across the dance floor. People are cheering and jeering, and you see on the upper level the Doom Raiders shoving themselves into a booth and drawing a curtain around themselves. Or I guess like they go back to a VIP room and they draw a curtain on the entrance. Blinken, we've been in bars like this before, and you know that like you can rent out a room, if you ever want to relax for a bit.
Lincoln, are you still near me? Where are you?
Quiet. Listen.
And she kind of like follows Blinken's voice and reaches out until he taps him. Oh, okay, there you are. Which one was this Istrid fella that my gooner was talking about?
And I like point at the one that's like, a kind of green-haired woman.
Istrid Horn is a dwarf. She plays the piano for the Doom Raiders. She's also a very good singer, and she was a cleric to the god of money. And we know that she was also a money lender. Both Shazafrad and Destry owed money to her. If y'all want to get up to this curtain size or to this curtain room, I'm going to need you to make 2 stealth checks with advantage. One to get there, and then one to get inside that room without drawing attention to yourselves.
Okay, I guess that leads up to my next thing I was going to Detective Blinken. I feel like our best chance to get something out of him is to follow him. Want to head that way?
But let's go.
Each of you make your first stealth check with advantage. DC 12.
All right.
11.
Oh, God. Advantage roll. 12 and a natural 20. Hell yeah. So I got a natural 20.
Hell yes. Blinken, with your natural 20, you're able to grab Inshu as he runs into someone and almost trips over. But you grab him, you keep him from tripping over on the floor, drawing even more attention to yourselves. You push on by, and the person that Inshu ran into just drunkenly takes another sip from my mug, continues walking. We all reach the curtain that the Doom Raiders are sitting behind. You can hear some loud voices, and you can hear the sound of glasses for mead. You can hear the clanking with glasses. If y'all want to get in through this curtain, you're going to need to roll another stealth check. It's going to be harder. Or you can just do a perception check to try to hear something from here.
Lincoln will probably want to go in further.
Oh yeah, while Blinken had to grab Inchi, to pull him away, and because Blinken is touching him, Inchi's able to grab out and pull at him, saying, "Come on, let's go closer."
Okay.
So that's another stealth advantage.
Yep.
Hey.
DC 14.
13 and 22. So 22.
Hell yes.
19.
So both of you are able to just grab the curtain just barely and able to block the light with your body, and you're able to slide in there without drawing any attention to yourselves. And you can see the Doom Raiders are all pouring drinks for themselves. 3 of them are sitting on one side of the table, and Schemo Weird Bottle is sitting on the other side of the table. And he says, "I said I would perform with you when you got Froggy's axe back, and you haven't gotten it back yet." And all of the other ones throw their arms up and roll their eyes, and they are clearly in some kind of argument. Going back over to the broken axe, Huel. So you're over here, got the songbook, or you've got the biography of the Doom Raiders that also has all of their lyrics. You're thinking back on that vision you had of the Artificer falling and that screaming that sounded like singing. What are you doing up here with the Artificer?
I guess I'll start telling her about the vision. They are already listening, man. I got the vision. Describe it all.
You received a vision? How did you receive a vision? Who gave it to them?
I was at the Yawning Portal and I started seeing stuff.
Deception. Well, I guess that's not a lie.
The bird, I'll grab little Inchi by the scruff and I'll show the bird.
Oh, you tell her everything?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I seen you die. I think you were dying. I don't know what I saw.
The imp raven is just in your hand, and it's just acting like a raven. It's wiggling, trying to get out of your hand. It's not making any weird noises or anything like it normally does. And the Artificer says, "You saw a vision of me dying. Was it clear that it didn't match up with any of the details we've seen so far?"
And it's all still hazy, but
Just describe it to me.
you were floating, and then I heard screaming, but it sounded like singing.
She glances over towards the courtyard. You heard singing. If you saw the notes for it, could you identify what song it was?
Crosses his arms, like, I hope I can.
She grabs that biography of the Doom Raiders off the table and starts flipping through it. And she gets to the part that has all of their sheet music and lyrics on it. And she says, "Look through this, see if you recognize anything. These are their most famous songs."
Yeah, can I investigate this book? Peep through it?
Yes. Roll an investigate check, DC 10. And if you don't get it this turn, we'll come back to you. Hey, so flipping through it, you eventually get to a song called "The Ghost of You," and you recognize the melody of it. You recognize the part that Ishrid would be playing on the piano. You remember that singing that you heard, and you recognize the notes that Davil would be singing. The part of your vision and the Artificer falling was towards the end of this song. It's a part where they start playing really, really softly and then really, really loud. They all come in singing the same notes screaming and amplifying their voices and playing their instruments as loud as they can. And you notice that the lyrics of this part, this soft part, are if I fall, and then the part that they all scream loudly is down, down, down. And you recognize the notes from that part as what you heard in your vision.
Yeah, I definitely pointed on the book. I'm like, that's the song that goes with you right there.
She goes, okay. And how did I die? Was I attacked?
Just scratching his head. I mean, I don't know if you actually died. You kind of just fell.
I just fell.
Yeah, you're falling.
She says, well, I suppose if I died, I wouldn't be a willing creature, and I wouldn't be able to float anymore. But it'd be hard to kill me quickly with no one noticing. Was I bleeding? Were arrows sticking out of me?
There was no arrows.
She goes,
No blood even.
I have protection against physical attacks. Magical attacks are difficult. Sleep, domination, suggestion. These are all things that could make me fall. My charms aren't great against fall damage. And she seems for the first time tonight a little bit concerned.
We'll both just have to be careful because I'll nudge her and be like, I still look like you.
She says, do you have any spells that affect falling? Do you have any spells that could allow us to fly?
Actually, not fly, but if one of us starts falling, I got something to do the trick.
She says, if it is some kind of magical attack, it would be difficult to prove the Doom Raiders had anything to do with it. With all the magic in the air tonight, it'd be impossible to legally prove anything. Hugh, what would you do to protect me?
Like in the disguise, and it's like, oh, I don't know, take your place, I guess.
She says, if we can't solve this problem legally, we then need to look at other options. Do you understand what I mean?
I understand what you mean. With your buddies down at the Thieves Guild.
She says, no, I would like to solve this problem. If I can get one of the Doom Raiders in jail, or even one of them hurt, that might be enough to get them to stop their criminal activities. But if they come for me and I can't do anything about it, I'd like you to try and take them out.
Try my best.
All right.
Capturing one shouldn't be so hard.
She says, do you have a place that you could take them if we capture them? Say we don't have a legal precedent. Do you have a place that we could take them and store them?
I think so.
Okay. Going back over to Blinken and she and the Jade Dancer. Y'all can hear the muffled sounds of the party of the dancing and the singing going on downstairs. And up here, the Doom Raiders are having an argument. Again, Schemo says, you said that you were going to get Froggy's axe and put it back in my hands, and you didn't have it. It's the one thing I've asked you for in 5 years, and you can't do it. Istrid says, now we were all over Castellanter Manor today. We put on disguises. We tried to get in there and find it. We know it used to be there. They've moved it somewhere. We're still looking for it, Schemo. We have to do it. But this plan is already in motion. We already have Force Grade breathing down our necks. We have to do something. We have to protect our family. And Davos says, family is the only thing that's important here, Schemo. I mean, what's going on here? And Schemo says, I just want Froggy's axe if we're going to be doing something like this again. Blinken and she, do y'all do anything?
Yeah, she sits down and cradles his chin in his hands as he listens intricately.
I would probably just lean against the wall while listening and seeing if they're going to keep talking about this.
Schemo says, look, I already did my part, okay? I cast all of that magic on us that allows us to remember that Bolt of Dragons, and you said that you would handle the rest of it. I don't want to be involved in this stuff anymore. And Zaraj speaks up and says, we can't do it without you, Schemo. You are smart one here. And Davos says, yeah, man, you're the one that helped us get away from the Redburns and Phandalin. You're the one that helped us capture those Jackalwares in Baldur's Gate, man. You and Froggy were always the brains here, and now it's just you. And Istrid says, Schemo, we all have to get our shit together and focus on it. We can get more than Froggy's axe back. We can get everything back. We can get Froggy back. All we have to do is get rid of this artificer and find that stone again. And Blinken and Inchi, y'all would know that they are talking about Aaron.
Storm, right?
Yeah, the stone that turned into Aranex.
Yeah.
The stone that allows y'all to remember things about the Vault of Dragons. And it strikes you as weird. If they don't have the stone, they shouldn't be able to remember it. And Davos says, you were the only one that was smart enough to figure it out for all of us. Remember when we tried to pass it back and forth and tell each other details about it? It didn't work. You figured it out. And Schemo says, look, it was just a remove curse spell. All right? I don't know what's powering that thing. It's magical, but working around it is easy. You guys are talking about going after city watch officers. You guys are talking about going up against the Xanathar. Like, yeah, we've done some big things. We destroyed dragon cults, but this is a whole other level. We could all die here. And Davil says, we'd have enough money to get us all back, not just Frogger. Come on, Schemo. A crazy mission to get everything back. Is that what we always wanted? Who cares if it's dangerous? And Istrid says, and who cares if we have to get more blood on our hands? At least we're doing it for a good cause this time. And Zaraj says, this will be easy if you get over yourself.
And she wants to sneak up and pickpocket Schemo.
I can't really see him, so.
Inshi, roll sleight of hand with advantage. If you get caught, your invisibility breaks. Or, no,
19.
it doesn't. That's also Baldur's Gate. Motherfucker. Schemo has this big pouch on his back. He's sitting down, so it's below the table. None of the other Doom Raiders can see it from this angle. You're able to look in there. Schemo has a spell book, and he also has a pouch of gold coins and a few rare gems. He also has a pouch of silk root powder. Which of these would you like to grab?
Ah, shit. Okay, so the choices are the bag of gold and gems, the
Yep.
spell book, and
Yep.
the bag of silk root.
Yep.
I haven't been paying any close attention, so I don't know what the silk root can be for.
The silk root is the drug that the Shadow Man deals. The drug that the Artificer is trying to find. You were asked to find where the Doom Raiders are getting this pure silk root from. That's what Nilhor asked you to do.
see. And she still has the bag of gold.
All right. Inshi, you have 50 gold pieces.
Nice. And then he just kind of waddles back over to the place that he last remembered Blanken being.
Okay. You know, y'all could roll a perception check, see what else the Doom Raiders might have in here. And Espino's saying to Blum, do y'all not remember how that thing in Vandalin went? We burned down the whole house. I burned down that whole house. There were villagers inside there, not just Red Brands. And again, Dallas says, they weren't family, Spino. We're family. After everything we've given up, we deserve the right to get Froggy back. And they just kind of continue on like this for a bit.
So you can roll perception.
Yeah, y'all could.
19.
With perception, you notice that Istrid Horn is wearing a variety of necklaces that look to be made of real silver with real gems in them. You notice that Zaraj is wearing very nice dragon scale armor, as always. And you notice that Davil Starsong has this strange stone ear with a green gem on it. And he is wearing that as an earring.
Shoot.
You could point this out to Blinken if you want.
Once again, and she's like reaching out to thin air until he like taps the physical body of Blinken, and then he leans over and says, "Look, there's a green gem."
Hmm.
And it calls to you a little bit. Roll a perception check with advantage.
I rolled a 19.
God damn, good rolls. Blinken, you're looking at this thing and you notice it's some kind of jade or emerald. You'd have to look at it closer to figure it out. But it would clearly be valuable. It must weigh like a lot, being on his ear like that. It's so big and shiny, and you look at it and you feel Aronax squirming in the little pouch you have him, and your psychic connection with him grows and grows. You can feel him sometimes push colors and senses your way, but never sight, never a vision, except for you can see something now. You can see this room that you're in from Davil's perspective. As he turns one way to look at Zaraj and say something cutting to her, you see that. And he looks back over to Spuna, says something to him, and you see that turn. You seem to be looking through some kind of eye. Blinken, they stole my eyes. They stole my voice. Then they stole my soul.
Well, I kind of want it.
You remember what Rainier said to you about the Stone of Aronax and how it was 4 parts.
And she kind of shakes Blinken again. You want me to grab it? I think it looks kind of pretty. We could probably sell it. So you want it?
Yeah.
Take a look at the chat real quick, Sean. This has the Doom Raiders class at the level.
Okay.
All right.
But-
If you start something with these guys, this is who you're starting it with.
Gotcha. but also Inchi is the only one that doesn't have like positive interaction with this guild.
Yeah, with this faction.
All right, Inchi sneaks up and he's gonna yank that gem and like tear his earlobe out to fucking get it.
Okay,
God
I was
damn.
about to say, you can't just grab it and run. You're gonna hurt him to get it out.
Yeah.
I that is Inchi's intention.
Sean, are you sure about this?
Yes. Yeah, Inchi just says, okay, I'm gonna go grab it for you.
Okay, fuck. So just get closer to him without tipping him off, and then you'll snatch it
And-
with advantage.
That's a 9.
Oh, boy. So you walk up close to Devil Star Song, and as you get close and you reach out, he can feel something about the shift of the air, the heat off of your hands, and he moves away and he reaches his hand towards his waist. The Doom Raiders react with him, standing up, trusting his instincts. When he senses danger, they sense danger as well. Even Schemo stands up and reaches for a potion bottle that he has at his waist. Davos says, I felt something in this room. It went for the eye. We've been careful. Xanathar, North Castle, and Schnellbatos. Who's there? Show yourselves. Show yourselves now.
Inchi's tempted to run, but he's gonna sneak up and try to grab it again.
Oh, motherfucker. Roll it with disadvantage.
12.
Motherfucker. All right, you do not have the element of surprise this time. So give me a second to load up these character sheets. All of these characters have character sheets. They will follow all D&D rules. They're designed to be powerful, but not impossible to beat.
Okay.
Unless you attack them all together in one room. That's probably not the best.
Almost like now?
Yeah, almost like now.
Fun.
Inchi, I'm going to say you're able to put your hand on it, but he reacts. He pulls a dagger out of his waist and stabs it towards you. He is going to roll an attack against you. That's a nat 20. Damn, that sucks.
Oh,
I will
hold
let
on.
you roll a strength check to see if you can just grab this as he attacks you.
All right. 18.
You are able to grip your little goblin hands right around this. Right as he strikes you and you become visible, he sings a note as he stabs you. He rolls that nat 20, so he's going to do 2d6 damage to you. Oh shit, dude. What's your total HP?
Right now I have 21.
Okay, well that's good. And Inchi, he stabs you. Blood begins forming at your waist where he stabbed you. And you step back, and you're not sure what happened. You know he sang a note. You know he cast a spell. And then suddenly you feel this energy, this vibration starting within your feet and rising up through your legs, your chest, your arms, your hands, your neck. You feel like you're vibrating. You don't know what this is. You could try to roll an intelligence check to figure out what it is. Blinken, you just saw Inchi become visible, but you see that Devil Star Song's ear is bleeding. Inchi has successfully grabbed this stone away from Devil Star Song.
What is this?
Blinken, what do you do?
So where exactly is the stone? Is Inchi
Inchi has the stone in his hand.
okay? So I want to go up to. While this is happening, obviously I'm still invisible. I want to smack Inchi's hand to drop it, and I want to grab it.
Yeah, Inchi, let's go.
All right, Inchi, you let it go, and the stone drops. Blinken, roll a sleight of hand to try to grab this without the Doom Raiders noticing it.
Yep.
You have advantage because you're invisible.
I roll not bad. It's a 14.
So just to describe what just happened over the past few seconds, Inchi walked up to Devil Star Song as he was sitting. He tried to grab the stone, but Devil Star Song flinched and went into a defensive posture with the rest of the Doom Raiders. Inchi doubled down, reaching forward, grabbing at the stone at Devil Star Song's ear. He put his hand on it, but Devil Star Song was able to stab him. Inchi ripped the stone out of Devil's ear as he stepped back and began vibrating. Blinken tapped Inchi on the shoulder. Inchi dropped the stone, and Blinken, you were able to grab it right out of his hand before the Doom Raiders could see it fall. You have the stone in your hand. It vibrates with a magical energy. Aranax begins to squirm in your pouch. Blinken, we've only used like 5 feet of movement. What else do we do?
As soon as I grab it, I'm gonna slowly move out. I'm gonna be like sinking back.
Keeping that 14, you're successfully able to get out of that curtain without drawing attention to yourself, and you're now just in the Jade Dancer. What is your plan? Are you going to leave the Jade Dancer, or are you going to stay here inside but invisible?
Probably stay by the doors of the Jade Dancer just for a bit and see what happens to Inchi. Like, if they're going to be escorting him out or if he's going to do something. At least I could, look and see if I have to, tell our friends about this,
Going back to Inchi, Dabble Starsong, Spima Weirdcollar, Istrid Horn, and Sarge the Hunter, this very powerful, very old adventurer, or not very old, middle-aged adventurers, are looking at you, Inchi. Dabble says, I've seen you before. Look at the travelers. Sarge says, I recognize Puny Man. He was in Ball, talking to Sad Boy McGee.
No.
Dabble rolls his eyes and says, oh, that loser has loser friends too, I guess. What are you doing, Edward Goblin?
I don't know what loser you're talking about. Get away from me. And
Dabble takes one step towards you, and you're still vibrating with the strange energy. What do you do?
and she will try to cast fear.
All right.
So it is a 30-foot cone in front of him.
Okay. You cast fear. Phantasmal image of a creature's worst fear was each creature in the 30-foot cone succeed on a wisdom saving throw. All right. So what do they have to beat here?
Spell save DC 14.
All of them, except actually have very low wisdom.
Okay.
So that's good.
All right. That's Istrid. Dabble passes. Schemo gets +2. Schemo passes. As you cast this, you see each of the Doom Raiders' greatest fear. When you cast it on Dabble Starsong, he sees an image of himself, but it doesn't affect him. He looks past it. When it is cast on Schemo Weirdbottle, you see the image of their dead bandmate, Froggy. He looks past it, knowing it's just an illusion. Istrid Horn sees this man, this dwarf man that you've never seen. He looks old, and he looks very haggard and worn down by the years. And she begins shaking in her boots. And Zaraj the Hunter also sees the image of Robin. And for the first time, you see her look scared.
But it's Roshi.
Zaraj the Hunter and Schema Weirdbottle saw the image of a dead bandmate from who died about 10 years ago.
Part of fear is that the targets that fail now have to dash away from me as far as possible.
Okay, so Istrid Horn and Zaraj the Hunter both run out of the room, screaming. And the Jade Dancer is kind of small, but it's got multiple floors, so they just run down the stairs and they actually run out. Lincoln, you see Zaraj the Hunter and Istrid Horn run out of the Jade Dancer.
And she tries to dash and follow them. I have movement, right?
Yes, you do. Inchi, you take one step, roll 1d8.
Oh, shit. Got a 3.
So the spell that Dabble cast on you when he stabbed her was called Booming Blade. If the attack is successful, you suffer the weapon attack's normal effects, and you become sheathed in booming energy. And if you willingly move 5 feet, you take 1d8 thunder damage, and the spell ends.
I'm sorry, are you saying gooning sword? What
Yes.
is it?
Booming.
Oh.
It's booming.
Booming. Gotcha.
Yeah. Gooning sword.
Disappointing.
Yeah,
The
I do
Gooning
my
sword.
sword every night, if you know what I'm saying.
Good.
Still an sad boy. Okay. And she just, oh, shit. And it continues to try to sprint out the room.
You take 3 damage on that first one, and you continue sprinting out of the room. Devil Starsong and Schema Weirdbottle give chase. You are able to burst out of the Jade Dancer, past Istrid Horn and Zaraj the Hunter. Devil Starsong and Schema Weirdbottle are 10 feet behind.
I point back to them and shout, they're trying to attack us. Kind of insinuating that they're trying to attack all 3 of us, me, Istrid, and Zaraj, as we're all running. They're trying to attack us. Help!
You have advantage on that because Istrid and Zaraj look scared, and everybody was concerned. Persuasion with advantage.
Got it. 19.
19. Okay, so Inchi, as you run out here, I'll say this is the most you can do. The Moon Druid, these nobles and guild masters all came in. These younglings who are fans of the Doom Raiders step in, and the City Watch person from over here steps in. And this is enough of a crowd to stop Dabble and Schemo as they come running out. People put their hands on them to try to stop them from running. They try to calm down Siraj and Istrid. You are able to get through this crowd, but there's no telling how long that crowd will hold. Lincoln, what do you do? You are still invisible over here in the corner. You just watched all of this commotion happen at the entrance to the Jade Dancer.
Okay, and then you said those two ran out as well, right? The devil, or are they still okay?
Yes, they're all out here now.
Okay. So I'm
Made their
gonna.
tokens bigger because
Yeah.
they're important in the story.
That makes sense. I'll step out once they ran out. I'll step out, and then I'm just gonna kind of take the long way back to. I'm assuming that the other guys are still at the broken axe, so that's where I'm gonna go while
You
invisible.
start taking the long way around. It's going to take you a bunch of turns to get over there. Hugh, the artificer, orders you another round of drinks and herself as well. A red wine.
Oh yeah, I'll take the edge off and then I'll drink some more.
Yeah. Do you want to talk to her about anything? Ask her anything?
I mean, he's kind of just hanging around. Hugh,
Okay.
look, what are you doing after the? No, I'm kidding.
Is trying to riz.
Not like anything about the story. She's an investigator. She might know about the Castellanchors or the Xanathar or Sea Maiden's Fair. You could pry characters for information.
He'd be kind of just drinking and relaxing. He wouldn't be prying for anything.
Fair enough. Skeet or Inchi, I assume you'd also be going back to the Jade Dancer.
Yes,
Or-
but
I'm sorry,
Inchi-
back to the Broken Axe.
yeah, wherever Heel and the Artificer are, and she will be going this way to scale the wall again.
Okay, so y'all both take the long way around, but eventually you come back to the Broken Axe. The Doom Raiders are kind of busy explaining themselves. People are talking to them. The city guard is being really pushy with them. The Artificer looks over and says, "The Doom Raiders have been have had many complaints against them. Their parties always get out of hand. There's all these conspiracies about them, and apparently some of them are true. They don't have the best relationship with the city lodge. Lincoln, you are still invisible if you want to be. Aranax has not stopped squirming. You hold that bloody stone with a piece of Davos ear in your hand.
Yeah, now Star Song is bleeding everywhere. I don't think that will bode well with the guards. A lot of cleanup. Oh, speaking of which, I got stabbed, and she pulls up his shirt so it shows a stab wound.
Got stabbed. Damn.
And you got vibrated really hard. You got wiggled.
Yeah, the vibrations after didn't feel too good either. But the hole is my souvenir.
Lincoln, do you do anything with this stone?
I will, pretty much pet Aranax, and then I'm gonna put the stone next to Aranax, and hopefully to calm him down.
Hold up real quick. You take Aranax out in front of the Artificer. It is
No.
able to have a dragon in one of the.
I'll say no on that. I'm gonna keep that as a secret, and I'm just gonna bestow a secret until I know what it is for sure. Which obviously I got an idea, but I'm not just gonna flat out say that I have the stone. So
Okay. So the Artificer then says, "So what caused all the ruckus?"
And she waggles his bag of gold. I got this. Hey, Huel, you got the Artificer safe. Good job. And I flick Huel a gold coin.
Like catches it.
Get yourself something nice.
for the record, I didn't see that happening. So
The Artificer gives you a smile, but she has no further questions about how the ruckus started. And she says, "So, did you learn anything?"
they're talking about some sort of fucking, what is that called? They're missing something for their old bandmate. I don't really know what they're yapping about. I didn't hear anything about any whereabouts or anything about the Shadow Man. So I don't know if they're still going to keep the plan of quote unquote killing you. They probably will, but I don't know.
Yeah, you remember them talking about having to do like hard things or having to do bad things or having to hurt people and how they used to not care about that in the past. That Schema Weird model seems to have growing conscience.
Oh yeah, that's right. Schemo doesn't want to.
But they convinced him to do it because they're all family.
Right. So I'll.
Froggy's axe back. Or get
That's
Froggy
right.
back.
Yeah, they're trying to get the axe back. So I'm like, they are trying to get something, but it looks like they're very determined, so to speak, to get this axe for their past bandmate. And I think Schemo doesn't really want to. So
And she says, perhaps a weakness in their armor. Well, if they're just doing this for me, how about Huel You don't go to the Danciosphere tonight. I will go there simply in a disguise. You can mingle about the crowd and keep an eye out for me. Keep me safe. But if they don't see me here, they might not try to attack anyone. We seem to have rattled them pretty good. Got rid of their patsy.
And that's a good
Yep.
that's a good idea.
If anybody else is trying to attack, I could lure them out, though.
Inchi, you should probably adopt some kind of disguise since they have seen you.
Oh, are you sure? I thought I was just gonna go invisible again and hang out with them because it went so well.
That too, we could find out more about them. She says, well, the moon dance is going to be starting soon, and there's something I must do first. Please excuse me, fellas. And she steps back into the Broken X. She's going to go to the bathroom. So I have some privacy up here.
And she follows her for a second. Wait, I'm supposed to protect you, ma'am.
She says, I'm going to the bathroom, Inchu. I will be fine.
You better be safe in there.
She holds out like two of her fingers and extends her thumb on her right arm, and she says, I'm always protected.
I don't know what that means. And she turns around to his party. She better not fall into that toilet.
It'll be fine.
So now that it's just the three of you, you also remember the Doom Raiders talking about once they get rid of the Artificer, they can focus on getting to the vault, and they need a lot of money so they can get Froggy back. And now, Blinken, you have some privacy to look at that stone if you wish.
Okay. So as she leaves, and then I pull out this green stone, pull out the dragon arrow next, and kind of make him look at the stone.
Ooh, can I see it, Blinken? I didn't get to see it long.
I'm pretty sure this is one of his eyes.
I mean,
So
it looks like a gem to me.
he's gonna see it too. So give him a second.
Blinken has just pulled out this big green emerald stone. He's pretty sure it's part of the stone that Aranax has made. He thinks it's one of Aranax's missing eyes. He's holding it right in front of Aranax. Aranax is sniffing at it. He excitedly wags his tail. He looks all over it. And I did not expect y'all to just fucking grab it. So you got this early. He shoves his face into the stone, and Blinken, you can feel your hand like get lighter as that stone is absorbed into his skin. And when Aranax pulls his head back, he looks up at you with one green eye right in the center of his head. It looks massive and big. His pupil adjusts to the moonlight, and he looks at you for the first time. He can see you, and then he buries his head back in your hands, loving look, wanting you to scratch at him.
I give him the scratches, and
You scratch at him, and he gets more excited. He waggles his tail, and he grows. He gets a little bit bigger. His claws get longer and sharper. His wings flap out and become wide. And he looks at you, and you can feel the psychic connection that you have with him. And you hear in your head, 3 keys are needed to enter the Vault of Dragons. A fist of pure bismuth, 3 red dragon scales, a dozen teeth from a doppelganger. So you have that vision in your head, Blinken, and it is shared with Huel and Inchi. You think that maybe as you discover more of Aranax, you might find out more about what's needed for the Vault of Dragons. Maybe even eventually its location. Thinking back to what Galanis told you, the only person who has held the Stone of Aranax fully assembled was Xanathar the Beholder before the Castellators stole it away from him. After this vision, Aranax crawls up you and gets back in your pouch. He's stuffed into it now. You have to put some of your coat over the pouch to hide his wings and his tail from bulging out. You're going to have to rethink how you get him around the city now.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have anything to say or do before we end this session?
Whoa. Did that vision come from that thing? And she shared that vision, right?
Yes, and this has happened before. When Aranax first turned from a stone into that dragon and gave you back all your memories, you all simultaneously had visions of the Vault of Dragons and what Galanis told you about it. It's how you know these things about the Doom Raiders in Xanathar and the Castle Elders.
Right. So wait. That vision was caused by that.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to bite it to see if it's a real gem, but now I feel like I shouldn't.
No, you probably no.
And she Aaron looks at you with its cyclops eye and it looks scared. Like, you were gonna eat me?
What are you looking at? 3 eyes.
All
Oh,
right,
this is
boys.
one eye.
Yeah, just one eye. All right, boys.
Oh.
The artificer walks back onto the balcony, but she is no longer disguised. She is dressed down. She's wearing her undershirt and just some leather pants and some what's that called? Some Birkenstocks. You can see that her left arm is normal and holding her right arm. It has become completely detached, and at her shoulder there's a socket of brass. Like, in looking at that, you can tell the craftsmanship is immaculate to be able to get something shaped like that, to look like that, much less function how she has it function. The arm that she holds in her hand is draped in like a silk sleeve, held together with a tie at the top, and it disappears into the leather glove that covers the hand. She says, "So, when I detached the arm, that actually broke the disguise self spell. I'll have to use another potion before I head back down. But I have to give this to someone." And she comes over to you, Blinken. And Blinken, you're the only one who told her your real name. You're the only one that's been honest with her completely.
Yeah.
So she trusts you the most. And she hands you that arm. And as she bends over to hand it down to you, her shirt falls open around the neck just a little bit. And you can see in her chest, like embedded in her flesh, is a gemstone, a fist-sized gemstone of bismuth.
There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. Oh no, we can't slow down, we can't hold back, though you know we wish we could. No, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good.
Didn't she lie to the artificer?
She doesn't like you because you're in the thieves.
That's fair. Also, I
Yeah,
did do the
sure.
psych thing to her last session, so I guess
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, you did lie to her. You perhaps lied to her.
Well, no, I didn't lie to her. I just lied to her about winning a fucking handshake. That's it.
That's the most vulgar lie.
All right, I'll take it.
The intro music is Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Connie Jash, and the video is Waterdeep Dragon Heist by Smite or Flight. The piano music in this episode was provided by Dade Bryant and his music by My Chemical Romance.